Okay, so tomorrow I am running in a winter marathon. It's called the Hypothermic Half, and um, the conditions here are going to be rather snowy. We've got probably got about a foot of snow, packed snow on the trail, and just had a few inches of blowing snow around it. So I expect it to be pretty slippery tomorrow, and I've decided to go with my homemade approach to spiking your shoes. Now, people spend $29 to grab 10 of these little screws, and all they are is they're a self-tapping screw that you can buy just about at any hardware store. They're about half an inch from the top, so you're gonna be screwing them into your shoe a half inch from the shoulder of the screw to the very base is a half inch. So you want to be careful that when you're putting it into the shoe that you don't screw it in so far as to spike into your foot. Now, I've taken my hairy sole my hairy sole out of my shoe. You can tell we got dogs, and just so that I can keep my hand back there and feel if it's gonna hit my shoe. Now, another thing that I do that seemed to be successful with my wife's shoes. Now, these are my wife's shoes that we did earlier this year, and she's running them. Mind you, she is injured, but she does say she likes these spikes. I put these in. She runs probably about, I'm guessing right now in an injured state, about 10 miles to 15 miles a week. And they've barely even worn down through all the running that she's done on these. And these are just standard screws. So your hardware store, half inch, they're a half inch long and quarter inch, right? You want to make sure you get a hex head on there. And lastly, when you're putting it in your shoes, I chose my location by inspecting where my wear points are. Now, I'm not sure if my camera's good enough to pick it up or not, but I can tell that I've got a wear pattern in my shoe here. So I'm gonna spike it. I'm gonna try and get three similar to my wife's in there, and I can tell on my heel that I'm striking on the outside of my heel according to here. So I'm just going to get a couple into the strike points for tomorrow so I got the most optimal traction. And I'll show you what this looks like in just a sec. Well, I'll see if I can. Okay, so done putting my screws in. And you can see the pattern I went with. I'm going to go out and do a little mile run. And while I was here, I offered to the wife to adjust her screws because you can pull them out and put them anywhere you want. And she decided after her mileage to pull one screw out of her right foot and see how it goes. So that's all you need. Cheap way to spike your shoes.